Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Superfan Sessions where we unpack Big Brother. I feel like today's going to be a short one because the weather is bad and gross, which makes me feel bad and gross. And I'm also dog sitting again. One thing about me is I will film this podcast while I'm dog sitting, so I want to focus on that. Nobody asked for my life story, but you're getting it anyway. So today we're actually going to cover weeks 2 and week 3. We're currently in week 3, which is crazy because I feel like this game has been going on for 3 months already, but it's crazy. So in the last episode, I gave you a little sneak peek that Chelsea was the HOH. So it was a, mental comp quiz competition where they had to watch videos and answer questions about the videos. I don't think Chelsea meant to win because going into it, she said she was going to throw it. However, here we are. So Chelsea won HOH, and it was really easy for her because the house has clear targets that they want out, which, let's talk about this. Everyone on BB Twitter is like, oh, that's so boring when there's house targets. That's so boring when there's house targets. But I'm convinced that no one gets this game like I do. Because you're telling me if you were in that house, you would make a big move and nominate random ass people? No, it's so easy to get out house targets. So get them out so you can go longer in the game. And that's just my opinion. I feel like BB Twitter has some hot takes for me personally when it comes to some things, like having a house target. Like, yeah, it's boring, but also my faves are, we'll get into that later. But, like, if I was in the house and there was a house target, babe, be for real. Like, obviously I'm nominating the house targets because it's just easier that way to get further in the game. And yeah, it's boring, but it's also a game. And these people are actually living it. So, like, obviously they're gonna try to get at the house targets. Anyway, there's a little rant. So the house targets were Kenny, Angela, and Lisa. Angela, for obvious reasons, going into this, Angela knew she would be nominated. She was blowing up on everyone and everything. And it just would have been obvious to put her up. So Kenny has been complaining that he wants to go home, like, every day of his life. One second he's like, I want to go home. The next second he's like, no, I want to play. He's so annoying and I need him out of this house. And then Lisa was the third nominee because everyone started to get really annoyed with Lisa. And let me speak my truth. BB Twitter loved Lisa. Lisa annoyed the shit out of me. And my friend, who's just like a casual who doesn't watch feeds, was watching the episodes and she said as well that Lisa was annoying. Shout out to Lisa, though. I'm sure she's a great person. She just really annoyed me, and I think being roommates with her would kill me. So those were the initial nominees. Then we go into the veto comp, which was like a puzzle in a sense. It looked really hard. They had to, like, stack, like, discs. It looked very difficult. There's no way I could have done that. Quinn hosted it. The players were Kenny, Angela, Lisa, Chelsea, Brooklyn, and I'm forgetting who else. Joseph? Yes, Joseph. So those were the veto players. Kenny fucking won the veto. Dog, what? Why are you winning shit if you're literally like, I want to go home, I want to go home, I want to go home? At the end of the day, I'm a hater to my core. And, like, I'm sorry about it, but also I'm not because it's Big Brother. But, like, why... Dog, why are you every day, I want to go home, I want to go home, I want to go home, then go home. Period. Go home, dog. I don't understand your issue. Ugh. So then Kenny won the veto, and then it's like, shit, what the hell are we going to do now for Chelsea over here? Because obviously Kenny's going to take himself off, even though the whole time he's like, I want to go home, whatever. So then we had some drama after the veto, because one of these days, you know, Angela and Quinn were each other's final two in the very beginning when Angela was HOH. So one day Angela was just like walking around and she happened to look outside in the hammock and she saw Cedric, Chelsea, T-Core, and Cam in the hammock out there. So she sees this and she sees Quinn. She goes up to Quinn and says, go look outside. That's the group. She didn't say any context to it at all. She just said, that's the group. Now, Angela saying that she said that as like, that's the group I want to work with. That's a strong group of players. I want to work with them. Quinn took it as, that was weird. My computer just stopped. That was scary, but it saved. So we are so back. But where was I? Oh, Quinn took that as, oh, that's the group we need to look out for. So Quinn, being in 18 million different alliances, Quinn tells T-Core that Angela said this. T-Core tells Cedric that Angela said this. Cedric tells Chelsea that Angela said this. And you know the classic game of Big Brother telephone. Somewhere along the way it got mixed up, you know? So once it gets to Chelsea, Chelsea's like, oh shit, Angela's gunning after us. Like, I need to confront her about this. So Chelsea confronts Angela and she's like, hey, I heard that you said that's the group that we need to look out for. And Angela said, hold on. No, I never said that. I said that's the group, but I never said that's the group we need to look out for. Like, I was saying that you guys are strong competitors and I wanted to work with you, whatever. So Chelsea's like, okay, whatever. I just wanted to, like, confirm that you said this. So then flash forward, Angela confronts Quinn and is like, hey dog, why'd you say this? And Quinn was like, well, like, I like T-Core, so I just wanted her to know about this and, like, everything like that. And then flash forward, T-Core comes into the room. So T-Core was like, hey, that could be seen in a different way than you intend, because, like, considering the cookout was like this huge successful alliance, and Angela starts freaking out. She's like, no, I didn't mean it that way, and blah 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 blah. T-Core leaves the room because this 50-year-old woman is crying in her face, and T-Core is like, you know what, I can't handle this. And then Angela has a moment with Cedric and she's like, I would never. It's crazy. Like, hashtag free Cedric, because that man is always at the scene of the crime when it comes to Angela, because Angela loves that kid so much, and she always, like, goes to him for comfort, and it's, like, weird, dare I say. Anyways, so then that whole thing happened. Eventually Angela apologized to T-Core, and then Angela and Quinn have just been beefing, bro. Like, they just, ever since that whole thing, Angela doesn't trust Quinn and everything like that. So that happened. Amidst all this drama, Chelsea's freaking out, like, what am I going to do about the renom? And Tucker's like, you know what, let me take one for the team. I'm going to volunteer for you. Stupid. Never. Why are we, it's 2024 and we're still volunteering to be pawns. Right. Because why wouldn't we? Do that? Whatever. He won AI Arena. He said, I really like puzzles. It was a puzzle, if you couldn't tell. Now, going into this, everyone was like, oh, Angela gone. Lisa said Angela gone. Angela said Angela gone. Blindside. Lisa evicted 10-1, I think. But she said, wow. It was crazy. Everyone was blindsided. Well, not everyone, but Angela and Lisa were blindsided. And I think Kenny was blindsided as well, because Kenny was the only vote to evict Angela. So then after that, we have the classic balance beam competition. And Quinn was in the lead for so long until Cedric took it. And I love Cedric. I do. I'm a Cedric stan. What can I say? He is so cutie patootie. I love Cedric. Cedric, if you're listening, hit me up. Anyways, so Cedric, already going into it, knows he's nominating Kenny and Angela because, again, house targets. We know how that works. Now, Kenny tells him, I want to go home. Put me up. I'm also a cop. Like, tells him his whole life story, right? So now Cedric knows this information that Kenny is a cop. However, everyone else knows too. Like, he is not good at hiding it. That man is a cop. That man is a police officer. Quinn said 20 seconds and he knew. He knew that man was a police officer. He said cops hate me, and I know that Kenny is a cop. So Kenny and Angela are going up. However, because of this twist, Cedric needs to put up a third nominee, and he's going around this house begging for people to volunteer. Like, dog, this is Big Brother. Nobody's going to volunteer to be a pawn unless your name is Tucker. Because Tucker once again volunteered himself to be a pawn. Why? He's trying to build his resume, but like, dog, you might be in trouble here this week, buddy. So, we get there. Angela, Kenny, Tucker. Whoa. Yeah, Angela, Kenny, Tucker, noms. Now we have a veto comp. That was I thought it was fun. They had to, like, move this thing around without hitting the vines, and it was very difficult, but it was fun. I liked that comp. It was new. Tucker wins the veto. Now, this is when Tucker loses his goddamn mind. He says, you know what, it's week 3, this game is boring, no one's making any big game moves, I'm gonna do something crazy. So him, Kenny, Cedric, and Cam make an alliance that is so fake. Like, come on, Dominant Man Alliance? Ew. This is when Tucker starts to go downhill for me. Tucker makes a plan. He gets these 4 guys together. He says, here's the plan. I'm going to take Angela off the block. And Cedric, you're going to put Quinn up because Quinn has the power. It was the gag heard around the world. Everyone said, what? Everyone said, what? Huh? Run that back. What? Now, do I need to give Tucker some credit for getting out, for trying to get out a good player? Yeah, I do. However, said good player is Quinn. My boy Quinn, dog. Like, I love Quinn. No one else gets Quinn the way I get Quinn. So, of course, I'm like, don't do that. And so, Cedric is like, yeah, that's so cool. Like, good plan. Whatever. Tucker leaves the room thinking it's going to happen. Cedric is like, ooh, I'm in alliance with Quinn, and even though he didn't tell me about this power, I think it would be better for me to not put him up. Because he would get so much blood on his hands if he did put Quinn up, because Quinn is in an alliance with every single person. Now, if he didn't put Quinn up, the other option would be Mackenzie, knowing that Mackenzie has the America's veto power. However, Brooklyn told Cedric that she was so convinced that if Mackenzie went up, she wasn't going to use her power because she would be safe and no one would vote her out. So, come the veto meeting morning, Cedric tells Tucker, hey, use the veto on yourself. We don't have the numbers. And Tucker said, pardon my language, I don't give a fuck about the numbers. I'm doing it. And then walks away. So Cedric is like, well, I told you. So then the veto meeting comes. Tucker blindsides everyone by taking Angela off of the block. And he's like, well, we got to get a good player out, you know? Cedric stands up and he says, Mackenzie, get your ass up there. And Tucker starts flipping out. He's like, bruh, what about the plan? Cedric is like, sorry. Tucker's like, I hope I win AI Arena, and I hope you're up here next week because I'm coming for you now, whatever. Mackenzie's like, he, I have America's veto. So now, Kenny and Tucker are on the block. And the third nominee is in America's hands. Which is scary because everyone for some reason wants Quinn on the block and I don't get it. Everyone's like, it would be so boring for him to use his power. I want him to use his power. Like, Quinn is one of the few people in the house that are actually playing the game. No one else is doing that. And everyone is voting Quinn up on that block. As of right now, it's Thursday at 12:30 p.m. So we won't know until another 8 hours. 7.5 who's going on the block. And it's driving me crazy. The other 2, like, highest vote getters were Cam and Joseph. So last night, I may have committed a bit of voter fraud because CBS, this is a message to you, dog. Go back to the text voting because the, like, website voting, I could log into anyone's account because I don't need a password. So I could log into anyone's email. and it's easy as hell. So I was just making up emails. I was logging into Big Brother Big Brother players' emails, voting for them. Tyler Crispin, you're welcome. I voted Joseph 5 times for you. Like, it's just like, go back to text voting, Big Brother. Anyways, so now who's to say who's going on the block? But the Pentagon Alliance, which is Cedric, Brooklyn, Chelsea, Cam, and Quinn, which people on BB Twitter don't like, but I actually like them. I'm actually vibing with them as of right now because I love Quinn and they're trying to keep Quinn safe. So they're all in agreement. I think everyone in the house is in agreement that no matter who is on the block by America, they're not voting them out. So if Tucker wins AI Arena and it's America's Nom versus Kenny, Kenny is going to go. In any other situation, Tucker is leaving. Which is crazy because good for them getting a big target out early. If I was in the house, I'd be on like team get Tucker out. However, because I'm not in the house and I like entertainment, I'm like, even though Tucker's coming after my men, keep him in. Keep him in for the entertainment because he's giving drama, he's giving entertainment. He's also giving showmance with Rubina, who, by the way, Rubina has not had a diary room session since episode 3. I don't know what episode we're on now, but justice for my girl because she's in my top like 4 right now and she has no diary room sessions, but it's her time to shine because her and Tucker are getting a lot closer. So showmance segment soon, trust. But Tucker can't leave. Kenny needs to get out of that house. Even though I'm not a Tucker stan anymore, Tucker is giving entertainment. Kenny is giving, I want to go home every single day. So why do you keep staying? Go the fuck home. And it pisses me off. And I need Kenny gone. So as of right now, we don't know who's going to be evicted this week. It is either going to be Kenny or Tucker. Unless something horrible happens. But we're going to get into my rankings right now. My week 2 and 3 rankings. Tucker has fallen from grace. Week 1, Tucker was number 3. Oh man, he really did fall. Okay, so these are my rankings. Number 1, T-Core. I love T-Core. I adore T-Core. She is so lovely. She is so smart. She is so well-spoken. She's British. I think I just love her so much because she's British, and I just love British people at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I love British people. And the whole house has been like talking in British accents because of like her impact. I love T-Core. I love T-Core. I really think she is in such a good position in this game right now. Granted, it is only week 3, but I just think she's in a really good spot. And I love her. Sue me, that's my girl, T-Core. I've loved her since the beginning. It's true. Next we have Quinn. Clap if you're shocked. I love Quinn. I just love Quinn. It's true. I love him. I just think no one gets him. Like I do. He's a super fan. He's funny. He's quirky. He's entertaining. He's messy. He's playing the game. I'm a Quinn stan. I am. It's true. Next we have Cedric. Cedric climbed up my list this week. He's just cutie patootie. At the end of the day. And he saved my boy Quinn. So what can I say? Shout out Cedric. Next we have Rubina. I just think Rubina's so fun. And her and T-Core have been getting really close. And I just like them as a duo. I just think Rubina's really good for T-Core. And I think they could go far together. But now that Tucker and Rubina are getting closer and getting into showmance territory, who's to say what will happen? Who is to say? Next we have Chemo. Chemo's getting messy. Chemo's the one that told Tucker about Quinn's power. Chemo has a crush on Tucker and Chemo needs to stand up. It's true. Because he told Tucker about Quinn's power just because he had a little crush. Like, dog, this is Big Brother. Put your crushes aside for 5 seconds and, like, trust your allies. Play the game, dog. I don't know. I still like Chemo, though. Next we have Joseph. Joseph is so funny. Like, he's just such an enigma. Him on the balance beam was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, he is just like, I just need to pick his brain, sit down with him, and have a conversation with him. Because he is just so... He's just so interesting. That's the best way I could say. He's just so interesting. I just love Joseph. I do. Next we have Leah. Leah, I am so back and forth with Leah all the time. Preseason, I hated her. Week 1, I really liked her. Now she just like keeps, I don't know. I'm a yapper myself, but Leah talks a lot. And even though she is entertaining, like, I just know if I was in that house with her, my social battery would be so drained because of how much she talks. She also reminds me of one of my coworkers from a past job that I did not really enjoy. So that kind of, like, triggers me. But, like, she's entertaining. And, like, she's so bubbly and, like, I don't know, she's so cool. So I like her, but also she annoys me a lot. Next we have Brooklyn. Brooklyn has really been growing on me despite her being friendly with people that are extremely problematic. Like, taking that out of it, her game has been growing on me. Like, her as a character in the game has been growing on me. She really has the game in the palm of her hands. Like, she knows everything that's happening in that house, and like everyone trusts her, and she's just really good at, I don't know, like, she's really good at handling things, which is really cool. She also, her and Kenny got into it a little bit because Kenny was going around saying she was the starter of an all women's alliance, and she said, well, no. So she confronted him about that, and good on you, girl. Get that man out. Anyways, next we have Chelsea. Chelsea has also been growing on me. I think her and Brooklyn are a strong duo that, like, no one really sees yet. And I think they could go far as hell together. And I really think they need to, like, pair up. Because I think they're a really strong duo and could do really well together. Next we have Tucker, y'all. Tucker last week was my number 3. Now he's my number 10, dog. Like, he was so cocky, acting like Cedric's HOH was his HOH, and then, like, being so hurt and offended when Cedric didn't do what he wanted. Like, dog, this is Big Brother. Get over it. Like, it's giving entertainment, but also stop being a baby. You're 30 years old, yelling at a 21-year-old, and Cedric's being so mature about it, and you're 30 years old being so immature. But I still like Tucker. He's still giving entertainment, and I don't want him gone. It's true, I don't. Next we have Cam. Cam is so boring. He's so boring. Sorry. He just, like, doesn't do it for me. I don't know. Next we have Angela. I really like Angela, though, still. I'm sorry. I do. Like, I know she's crazy, but she's also giving entertainment. Like, she's just silly. Yeah. Next we have Mackenzie. Although Mackenzie has grown on me this week. So I think next week, maybe possibly she will be a bit higher in my rankings. Because she really did grow on me this week. And last, of course, we have Kenny. Get out of my house, Kenny. Get out of my house. Alright, y'all. That's it for today. I really hope next time we speak, Kenny will be out of the house and Quinn will be HOH. Which will happen because he still has his power and he's definitely going to use it. He better use it. Give us something. Alright. Well, that's all, folks. Have a great one. Bye.